Hello, I am Duckie, and I am currently focused on bringing you guides about various details of the Long Dark. What makes a base the best in the Long Dark? Well, I'd say it's somewhat complicated. Sit down, pour yourself a nice cup of tea, and let's dive right into the 10 that I think are interesting choices for one reason or another. Number 10. Mystery Lake Forest Lookout. Is this the best base, or even a decent base? Probably not, because walking up those stairs will eat into your real lifespan. The unparalleled safety and the view from the top are quite nice. I deeply enjoy just standing up here, secure by a warm fire and watching the weather change. Stair climbing aside, it is centrally located in Mystery Lake, which gives you good travel times to most of the rest of the world map, and easy access to all of the basic resources in the game. Beauty, 7 out of 10. Survivability, stair climbing simulator out of 10. Number 9. Mountain Town Paradise Meadows Farm. Ah, the old farmhouse. Make sure you find the key, else you'll find the door locked. For me, the front door key is usually in the barn out front, or on the floor of the interior of the tractor. If it's not in those spots, check behind the farmhouse, or on any corpses in the area, or on the dashboard of the pickup truck nearby. This place has a spacious interior for organizing loot, and, of course, a top-tier 6-burner stove. In terms of travel, it connects to Hush River Valley via cave and to Mystery Lake, but that requires some rope climbing, so it's not exactly easy to get to the rest of the map from here. The main downsides, I think, are the lack of fishing and the pile of wolves that are normally around the area. Bring protection. Beauty, front porch out of 10. Survivability, plan ahead and bring ammo. Number 8. Timberwolf Mountain, Mountaineers Hut. Small, cozy space. Similar to the Forestry lookout, I love being able to watch the weather through the open window and the hole in the roof. With the power of the Tales from the Far Territory DLC, you can supposedly patch the roof hole now if you want, using safehouse customization. Storage in the interior is limited, but the Timberwolf Mountain region should have all the wildlife you could want, including a fishing hut just a brief walk away from your front door. Of course, the summit of the mountain should also have very good loot on any difficulty level. The main challenge is bringing all of that loot back to the hut and then somehow organizing it into the cramped interior. Beauty, window view of 10. Survivability, loot crates. Number 7. Mystery Lake Trapper's Cabin. Another small, cozy interior. A bit more remote than most other options in Mystery Lake, this is a great choice if you'd like to focus primarily on hunting game. It used to be that you would have a chance of any kind of animal wandering past your front door. Moose, bear, wolf, deer, rabbit. With the wildlife refresh now in effect, I'm unsure if that's still the case. Regardless, it's still quite a nice interior, with a decent amount of room for storage even without doing any customization. Beauty, meh of 10. Survivability, hunting of 10. Number 6. Transfer Pass Vacant Depot. I really enjoy these smaller, single-story interiors that don't have a loading screen to go in and out of them. The primary strength of staying in the Vacant Depot building here is ease of access to all of the DLC zones. If you're doing the little Tales mini-quests or wanting to just explore the latest areas, this is a great place to store up supplies and come back to as you move back and forth from zone to zone. However, Transfer Pass lacks good resources for long-term survival, so I wouldn't try living here for very long. But it's a very important and cool way station, which I often revisit in my own runs. Beauty, tiny house out of 10. Survivability, short-term only out of 10. Number 5. Mystery Lake Camp Office. The one and only. How could I not put it on the list? You will probably end up visiting this place at least once in every playthrough. Check around high and low for a mag lens. As far as I'm aware, it is still a guaranteed spawn in this building. The first strength of the camp office is its location in relation to the rest of the map. It's one of the best places in terms of travel time to every other area of the map, as it's close to being in the middle of everything. The second strength of the camp office is its spaciousness. There's lots of room here for organizing, putting away your loot, and, now with the new update, interior decorating. Lastly, there's a lake nearby for fishing. And beyond that, Mystery Lake as a zone has most of everything you might need or want to do for long-term survival. The nearest forge is at Spence's in Forlorn Muskeg if you need that. Beauty, office out of 10. Survivability, perfectly average and optimal out of 10. Number 4. Desolation Point Lighthouse. You ever wanted to climb a lot of stairs? Have excellent views? Have wolves in your backyard? Have easy access to a forge? Live in a zone where it's almost impossible to get lost? Then this place might be perfect for you. If you find that the lighthouse is overflowing with your hoarded loot, try putting some of it in the Riken or in Hibernia Processing, which are both pretty close by. The main weakness of this area is it feels kind of small. Not the building, but the zone, Desolation Point. So there's not much to do here as the weeks roll by. The second problem is that it's off in a corner of the world map, so expect to go on very long adventures if you wish to travel to other points of interest in Great Bear. Beauty, tower out of 10. Survivability, wolf attacks on my front door out of 10. Number 3, Coastal Highway Quonset Garage. If we're talking about what base is objectively probably the best at the time of this video being published, this one should go at the top of the list. The Quonset Garage is centrally located in Coastal Highway. It has multiple entrances, plenty of storage, and some nearby cars in case you need to wait out cabin fever. In Coastal Highway, you can both fish and hunt with ease, and it has a nearby forge in Desolation Point to the east in case you need it. Coal can be found in the mines up in the hills. But what makes the garage top tier is actually the access to beachcombing. Out on the thin ice near the ocean, you'll often find arrows, tools, fish, and other goodies that refresh after each blizzard. These items are functionally infinite now as long as you can safely get to them. But there's more. The trader can also be accessed here if you have the game's DLC, which means there's even more reason to base up here, as if you want what he can bring you, you're going to need to interact with him here. The only reason I've not put the garage in the number 1 spot is basically spite. I find it silly how strong it is in theory compared to any other place in the game right now. If you want to live long term for as long as possible though, I don't think that there is a better choice than this. Beauty, garage out of 10. Survival, probably top tier out of 10. Number 2. Forsaken Airfield Mindful Cabin. Why is this so high up on the list? Well, look at it. I think this is one of the coolest locations in the game in terms of aesthetic design. The airfield is a harsh place to live, but it can be done. Fishing and hunting are both possible in this zone, though the low temperatures, frequent blizzards, and glimmer fog, and the sheer amount of time it takes to travel between points of interest can be a challenge. Beauty, best out of 10. Survivability, Forsaken out of 10. Number 1. Pleasant Valley Farmhouse. I believe the farmhouse is perhaps the most central of all possible base locations, except in regard to reaching areas from the DLC. If we do include DLC areas, the camp office might win. The farmhouse is huge, including multiple upstairs bedrooms, a basement with a workbench, and a sheltered porch with a door. Of course, a 6-burner stove as well. There's also a car you can climb in outside, whether to wait out cabin fever or to cheesily hunt wildlife. The primary strength of the farmhouse is how close it is to so many other important places. Timberwolf Mountain for summit loot, Carter Dam for scrap metal and general loot, Blackrock for the ammo workbench, and Coastal Highway for access to the trader. The only thing that is kind of far away is a forge. The main downsides are frequent blizzards and the higher than average number of bear spawns, which is just a Pleasant Valley thing. If you want to display tons of loot in your base and organize it, and easily travel to many zones, I think this is one of the best possible options. Closing thoughts. Each of these places has some good stuff going for it. I've tried to think of and include a few locations that I have not seen talked about in other base location type videos, even if they're probably not very optimal. In the end, the list here is only my opinion, and certainly arguments could be made for other places or for a reordering of the list, especially Quonset Garage in its current state. Anyway, I hope this was interesting to you. More Long Dark guides to come. 1 like equals 1 cup of tea. Bye. Thank you for watching, and for those here in the end credits, thank you for your support. Until next time.